Man, check this place out. So sick. All right, what is up, everybody? As you can see, we're at a little bit at a different location to normal. We're on this cliff, not too far from home. I did a little bit of exploring last week and, you know, try to look for some nice cliff fishing spots, something that I've never done before, and probably not really equipped to land a fish on the rocks here, but we're gonna do it. We've got the Cylius Overking 9-foot medium rod. We're gonna throw out some heavier plastics and some metals, and hopefully we can get a fish. All right, here we go. We're like, I don't know, 20 meters off the bottom here. I'm not gonna risk it and stand on the edge there. That's a little bit dicey. We'll just go from here for now. You can see there's a bit of a drop off here. There's like some weed maybe. I don't know if that's rock or weed. Seems quite deep in amongst this area. And definitely over there. We'll have a few casts. We'll see what's up. Got a, I think it's a 30-gram jig on here. I noticed straight away my line was heading to the left, so I'm going to cast out here and hopefully it drifts out. I do plan on going heavier. Got no idea about the depth or, you know, what's on the bottom. So we're just going to have to find out. I'll mix up the retrieve. I'll go a little bit slower and I'll speed it up as necessary. We're gonna have to go for a heavier jig here, I think. Looks like it's coming in quite quickly. Have you ever seen a slipperier rock than this? Check this out. It's all pretty much flat and it'll be super slick. Probably be a great fishing spot in terms of the location, but danger wise, yeah, I wouldn't want to be standing there. All right, so we've got 30 grams on this time. We'll go for this. And we'll see. Definitely feel it's weightier. Perhaps that last one was only 20. Oh wow. Hopefully this is the trick. Got a bite here, I think. That felt weird. Oh, that felt like a hit. I think I might change strategies here. Got a lot more confidence with plastics, and I think I can sort of, you know, make something more out of it with the plastic. So let's rig up a plastic. All right, so I've switched over to a plastic. I've got this 4-inch Bait Junkie minnow on a 14-gram EWG jig head with a little running free rig, a little running sinker. It just needs that extra weight, I think. Now it's getting some bites down here. Hopefully I can detect some bites. Maybe the bait will be too big for these fish, I don't know. They were pretty light bites, but never fished here before, so discovering anything will be good. Actually looks like a good spot just between those weeds. Like that weed bed looks like it could be 2 meters high or something. So in between there might be a good casting spot. The annoying thing about, oh, there's a bite, definitely. There's a bite. That was definitely 110% a bite. Again. It's promising. Either that's a bite or that is just something that feels a hell of a lot like a bite. Because the lure all of a sudden it was just going dit-dit-dit-dit. And I don't know, maybe that was a bite. Our plastics got pantsed, so maybe that's a good sign. Might have to change the setup here, but we'll just roll with this for a little while, see what's up. I don't think I've ever caught a fish on this plastic. Not that there's anything wrong with the plastic, but yeah, I don't normally fish these bigger lures. Something odd that came out of the water just there. Don't know if it's a seal or something. Hopefully not. No, it's just a bit of weed that's just below the surface. Let's try and cast into that deeper area. It's so deceiving. Like, I cast and I think, oh god, it's gonna land on that, and it's like 10 meters short. Because we're up so high, it makes it pretty deceiving to judge the distance of the cast. I'm guessing we've got on around 25-ish grams on the end of this. We've got 20-pound leader, and the main line is around about 30. Yeah, there's a bite for sure. 110% that was a bite. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a wrasse, but hopefully it's something different. And even if it is a wrasse, at least this is a nice location to fish from. Definitely getting hits. And I might have a couple more casts, and then I think I'm going to downsize the plastic to something I've got a lot of confidence in. We'll keep the same, we'll try and keep the same weight profile. We might have to change it sooner because I think I got snagged here on the rocks. There's my line right there. I'm not going to do that rod trick where I throw the rod down. Oh, we got it off. Oh no. It just broke off some like mud or something. Damn. This leader's a little bit harder to snap off than my usual 6-pound. And there it is. Boom. All right, let's change it up. Don't forget to please drop a comment and a like, and set a hook in that subscribe button. Now this looks interesting. Just come down, we're fishing off the top there. We'll just see if oh, this looks like a nice spot. We're just getting bites over here. We'll have a fish from here. Let's see what's happening. I might even just crouch here. We've got an old friend of the channel on right now. I don't know, some of you may remember this. This is the Surinoya, well, I call it the grub worm. It's a grub, it's very long. Really good for King George whiting, sort of like a replacement for your turtleback worm. But yeah, we've had to put a cheb weight on here just to try and get the weight a little bit heavier, because obviously a lot of current. Can definitely feel it bouncing on the rod tip. Sensitivity on this rod's quite good. We'll give it a cast. That cast's all right. We'll just slowly, you know, bring it up and down. Try and keep in contact with it the whole time. I've got a feeling a lot of the bites were more so in around this weedy area. Just letting the current hopefully do a lot of the work for me. That was a little bump, I think. Yep. Just burn this back in. stick the rod out, make sure we don't get snagged up on the rocks again. Oh, nearly did. Just landed right in the middle there. Again, I thought it was going to hit that wash, but came up a little bit shorter. Let's see if we can land one. Either way, not a better spot to fish in the world, I reckon. Like, it's pretty cool. Oh my god, I've got a snag on that first cast. You're kidding me, man. Right, we're gonna change our game plan here. A lot of heavy current there, just you know, I'll definitely revisit that spot, but just wanted to check it out. I'm gonna try and move around the coast a little bit here, see if there's any different spots, because I didn't sort of explore beyond that point last time because I thought it looked pretty juicy. Got this guy, it's actually another angler here, but he doesn't speak English, unfortunately. I even, you know, asked him what he catches and he had no idea what I was talking about. So let's have a look down here. It looks interesting. Might be a little calmer, might be a little more open, but there's still a lot of structure. So let's just have a look down here. That's where we were before. We're just standing on top of that rock there initially. Hopefully you can see that in the shot. And there's that slippery rock thing that I was talking about. There's an interesting little hole there. But yeah, we'll go have a look here. So this guy, other guy's headed further around, so we'll definitely have to check that out. Super deep there, but there's just kelp everywhere. Like, no doubt there'd be some wrasse, and I don't know what other kind of reef or rock species are in this close. It's all pretty new to me, but yeah, it's pretty wild. We'll keep having an explore and see what we can find. And that spot does look pretty cool though. Check out that cave, that is awesome. And now this looks like an interesting spot. Bit of a rock pool here. Definitely some footprints. There's some evidence. Yeah, this spot looks interesting. I think this is fishable, a lot closer to the water's level. We'll give this a go. Oh, that was definitely a bite. Alright, I have to get a fish here before wrapping up the video. I think these are just kind of smaller wrasse. There's a bite. So I think the size, the 1.0 hook I was using is just way too big for these guys. Yep, finally we're on. Still there? Yep. This will be the highest. Check it out how low it is down there. It's a wrasse. Oh my god. There we go. Don't want to drop this guy, so I'm going to let him go. Throw him out there. Bang. Okay, even though that was an unsuccessful fishing session, I've taken this rod out a few times, and I've got to say it's great value for money. The casting weight is definitely on point, 8 to 40 grams for this guy. I was actually throwing some 7-gram stuff. If you want to throw something, you know, closer to that, you know, 8 to 15 gram range on the regular, probably go for some thinner braid than what I've got here. I've got 30-pound braid on. But yeah, the sensitivity is quite good. Even in this rough water, I could feel the lure hitting certain things, the weed hitting the bottom, and a lot of bites from tiny fish, because it took me to go down to a small aging jig head to be able to hook one of those guys. So definitely tiny fish. And from all the way up here with the 30-pound braid and 20-pound leader, I can feel those bites. In terms of the ergonomics, I definitely like this longer handle. It's really good for two-handed casting. The separation between the handle and the top of the reel seat here is a good length. so it's very comfortable to cast two-handed, especially if you're casting those heavier weights, maybe, you know, whether it's off the rocks or off the beach. I've got it paired with a 4,000 size reel, so that's probably what I would go with. Maybe you can go with a 5,000. Maybe you can go with a 3, but I would suggest something like a 3 or 4,000 size reel with, you know, 20 or 30 pound braid. And yeah, the aesthetics, everything like that, I really can't complain about the rod. I think it's great value for money. And if you're into rock fishing, beach fishing, anything like that, I reckon this is a great buy. Thanks for watching the video, and I will catch you in the next one.